stood up. He had his legs crossed and everything. Like, oh, I would take this picture correctly with the leg crossed. Now he's angry. Gotta put him on blast. Like, how dare you put me on blast like that way? How dare you put me on blast? All right, people. First things first. My name is Kenneth. My company is ILEG Technology Screens. We are working on the Crystal Ridge site. We're converting that over to our company's name. Today, we got a new formula. As the description you see in the title, that is the new name of the formula. Also, too, we have a change in sizes. The gallons will be pre-ordered. Well, they'll be invoice orders only. The biggest we'll do is 50s. Kind of works out better for what we're planning. So all that'll be altered and changed on the website today. Today we have a new formula. Blessings from our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Let me clean up a little bit. Sorry. Blessings from our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. New technology. As we showed you yesterday with the panel system, it doesn't register as any color screen. I was on a forum site and they were looking at it. They were like, what color is that? And I was like, you figure it out. So it doesn't register as in normal screens, as in white, gray, silver, charcoal. It has a complete different color to it. But yet it has the ability to shift its contrast levels, which we showed in the forum site, overpowering gray screens, white screens, and even a certified. This we haven't decided. We have a name for it. We haven't decided what we're going to call it. Now we can make it invisible if we want. It's up to us what we decide to do with it. Or we can make it a screen paint product, or I don't know. Or we can make it something for us. But let's have a look at it. Our technology is much different than what the normal screen paints look like. Look at the naysayers in here staring at it like, oh my goodness, what is that? It's interesting because it doesn't have chameleon capabilities. It doesn't have the ability to stand in front of you. Ever worked with a chameleon product before? Chameleons, if you move slightly to the left or right, they change all the time. This doesn't. So what you see here maybe react different there when a projector hits it. As always, 9-inch nut rollers, nothing special. I'm going to be finishing off my customers' orders today. For customers that are waiting for their orders, we're finishing off today. And I'm going to be finishing my 2 giant screens here to get that done with the new black star. Show that off. One of the things I cannot point out enough, and yes, we do bring this up quite a bit, because, again, screen paint products that are being made. Now, usually most people have one color and that's it, especially when it comes to grays. They have one color, that's it, that's what they have. But what I've seen already in other people, screen paints weren't that far off from each other. They were basically the same paint, black and white paint mixture, but they had like different shades in them. That's what they had on them, different shades. You put a couple of teaspoons of black here and there, and you can darken them by a couple of shades. That's what they had. You know why I know that? Because I was in the era when people were making that stuff. And there were people on forum sites sharing how they were making their products. And if you made screen paint back then, if you were around back then, you would have noticed that that's how they were all made. Every single one of them were made that way. Yours just had to be different. Show something that was different from all the other tons and tons of great paint out there. There were people making that stuff all over YouTube. It was everywhere. If you had to show your product was different. And that's what I saw on the other guy's paint. When he had them all lined up together, I saw black and white paints. And the only difference I saw was the shade. That was the only thing that was changing. So basically, he was just pretty much just making the same thing they were making 10 years ago. Same thing. The only difference is, and the reason why it looked different from the demonstrations that you saw 10 years ago, is the projector technology. Because the projector technology wasn't 4K, and there were laser projectors, but they were very expensive. Very few people had them. Most people were running 720p, and if you're lucky, you had a 1080p projector. 1080p was considered to be what the 4K projectors are now today. That's what they are. There we go, get excess paint off, we're done. So that's what they were. But majority of all the paints you saw on the forum site were the same thing. Black and white paint, that's all they were. So when I told you we bumped into this guy, well, he bumped into us. At the time, he was collecting people's products. He was telling them that he was going to give it, he was doing screen paints for free, and that he was just giving them away for free. Now, for those of you who don't believe in that testimony I just made, there's a demonstration of him actually making free gray screen paint. Why would you make something that you want to sell? That's just stupid. It's like showing somebody basically the blueprints on how to build something and try to sell the same blueprints. It doesn't work. So yeah, he was giving away for free. And he felt that we were wrong because we were selling ours. Well, that's my opinion. If I want to sell mine, I want to sell mine. I'm going to give you this for free, give it for free. And this is how we met Jamie. Or y'all know him as Crow 1176. That's how we met him. Came into my channel requesting my ingredients, and we told him no. And ever since then, he's became obsessed with us, their company, and what we do. Now, like I said, if you continue down the same road of making those particular screen paints, you can only go but so far with them. I mean, after a while, there's only so many shades of gray you can get out of white and black paint. After a while, pretty much it just fizzles out. And if you don't know enough about black technology, which you're going to have to know a heck of a lot, gunmetal technology, again, you can't tell me that a gunmetal does not ambient light rejection. That tells me you don't know gunmetal. Because gunmetal is ambient light rejection technology. So, again, no. Writing that on a container clearly shows me at the end of the day that you don't know gunmetal. And if you see somebody with a black or darker screen paint and they're constantly in dark environments, that's a huge red flag. You should never be in there. That's a gray and white screen territory from the door. Oh, we're done with that. We're done painting this. There's no multi-coat. There's no anywhere you should be passing over a surface 30, 40 times. That's just a headache. Alright. So, that being said, you should automatically get an outstanding result from the technology, even when it's soaking wet in a maxed out environment. See, this thing we have here, this is my air cleaner. That's the only thing that drives that screen. We don't have any big fans or nothing in here. We use an air cleaner. There's much air come out of that, a lot. Some air come out of it, but not a lot. It's an air cleaner. That's what it's designed for. It can drive that screen from this distance with no problem. And we can read in all this light with no problem because it has the ILEG technology sitting on top of it. I like the paint and dry demonstrations. The one next to it was coated already. I had to do that on Facebook. That's the other one we're doing here. But that's one of the things I noticed when I saw him put the screen paints out, all his different paints. I was like, they're all the same thing. They're just off by a couple of shades. As for the darker ones, well, like I said, they had issues with white light issues. So majority, not a lot of people do darker paints. And the reason why is because they have really poor contrast. Not poor contrast, they have really poor white levels. That's why they lean toward the grayer screens. Because again, they're just going to advise you to go into a dark environment, spend money for a more high power projector with a lot of contrast to fix their contrast issue. But they lean on those white levels. They need them. So that's why, you don't see a lot of dark gray charcoal paints out there. Now the other fellow caught himself making dark gray charcoal paints, but the problem with that is whatever he was putting in there wasn't mixing well. You can see the screens coming up light gray multiple times because whatever pigment or powder or whatever he put in, it was separating. It wasn't working. And then the multiple passovers he has to do on the surface is because whatever he's putting in there, water or whatever, was thinning out the paint, where he was streaking his own screen with the ends of his roller. That's why he kept passing over top of it, because he was trying to cover any previous streaks he may have caused with the first application. We saw that. Why do you think the video went missing? The video was right there on the site. You can go right in there and watch it. It's gone. Because it clearly shows the exact same thing I told you was happening. That's why he kept passing over. And then the drying time process, you never saw it. All of a sudden, it switched and the screen turned black. So anything could have happened in the drying time. Anytime you watch a demonstration on a screen, one of the things you need to see, number one, fully lit environment. No dark environments. You see me here? Am I in a dark environment right now? No. Customer needs to see the maximum amount of light that that screen can absorb in without becoming deteriorating or distorted. If they're faking the demonstrations and they're sitting in a dark environment, what happens to you when you turn on your lights? The screen washes out, and then you contact us. So that's usually what happens. Paint down process application. How long does it take for you to apply the surface, the product to the surface? You shouldn't be doing multiple coat applications. That's no. That's old stuff. And I did that stuff years ago. Multi-coat applications is something they did 10 years ago. That's when Goose Screen was doing that. Everybody was trying to be like Goose Screen. You know, they wanted to have a multi-coat application, make the product seem more technical. That's old. Up and down robot strokes, top of the screen, come down to the previous row. Again, that's old. It did that 10 years, 12 or 10 years ago. Now it should be to paint in any direction you want without any streaks, imperfections, nothing. It should pop up. These are the things that you gotta look. These are red flags that we see all the time. The drying time process, you have to see that, because anything can happen in drying time. The screen can become gritty, it becomes discoloration could happen to the screen, a number of things could happen. You don't know whether or not they went in and they recoded over the screen. You would never see that because you never saw the full drying time process. Paint, dry, display is what you're supposed to see in demonstrations involving screen paints. No skipping, no editing, none of that nonsense. And you know, you got people that try to come in and poison the system with their own beliefs by saying range gain. That's non-existing. That doesn't even exist. The gains that he produced, not existing. But they try to get something started so that way it gets into the system and people start to believe it. Contrast demonstrations to the dark environments? No. That's not supposed to be done. It should be done in fully lit environments. Customer needs to know how much of that contrast is going to disappear off that screen when they're using their projectors. Like I said, nobody feels like going through the whole shock and awe nonsense of it all. So these are things you need to see up front. So as you saw me paint the screen in, dry it in front of you, and display it. We do this all day. I got tons of demonstrations showing the same thing over and over again and again and again. Alright, so that's our new technology right there. What we're going to do with it, I have no idea. I'm still working on this technology over here. I still have the Blackstone working on right now. That just popped up. The Lord just gave us that today. That was made today, 20 minutes ago. It only takes us 20 minutes to engineer technology. That's it. So I remember, what was the other guy? Williams. Williams came up there and said, oh, he's a fake. Williams, you don't know me. I was developing technology before you ever existed. Before you even knew what an e-bike was. I was here, to tell you the truth. I stem back 12 years. You ever seen my track record? It goes back quite far. So I was developing multiple forms of screen paints. I've been doing it all the time. When I did the D5, D4K, I did the D4K, D5, and D6K all at the same time. I even developed a screen paint called a UV projection screen paint that actually glowed in the dark for nightclubs. So I've developed really so much stuff that's unbelievable. So if you think that the fact that I developed multiple different versions of screen paint and you can't, it's because I'm on a different level than you. That's why. It's sad when you see people at the end of the day that they don't recognize a skill level. They're going to sit there from the door and say, oh, they're cheating. Same thing people go through in Call of Duty. You're really good at the game. You got a massive kill count right from the door. And the first thing someone to call out, oh, he's cheating. Don't you just hate that? There you go. So as you can see, as the screen starts to dry slowly, Because we have this little fan in front of us that you can watch the screen get brighter right in front of you. You can watch the progress on the screen as I'm having this conversation with you. Yes, Mr. Williams, I have the capability to develop multiple different versions of screen paints. I've been doing it for years, long before you ever knew who I was. You're late to the party. Wrong suit. It's a white tie event, wrong suit, and I think you might have gotten the wrong party. But yeah, I've been doing this for years. You're just new, that's all. And again, you calling yourself a man of God, but yet have no faith, and things you do, again, not godlike. All our technology comes from God. So it's easy for us to develop technology at will because we're blessed to get that from Him. So what do we call this stuff? Well, I got a name for it. I think I call it INFERNO Eclipse Black Fusion. That's what we call it. Yeah, it's interesting. I got to figure out what to do with it because right now, again, that's going to go on the... I'll do a screen of it for that surface because we can put that in the Halo system, which will be built today. Test out that the gain capabilities on it because that's what that thing is being built for. To test our gain capability. We literally built a system, a screen that has 12K and lights system installed into it. We're going to put in there to drop screens in there to see exactly how well they do with that kind of ambient light, including the ambient light we have in the environment. So that's a test box. Oh, let's get something else. Just sitting here watching fish. Other stuff I want to watch too, right? 4K demonstrations, YouTube. I'm watching fish. We don't need this anymore. The thing's dried already. Well, some areas it's not dry, but it'll dry on its own. No, it's not. It's very pretty good right there. I want to check this out real quick. Does it have shifting capability? Oh, yes. We're going to utilize the heck out of that technology. That stuff is a beast to work with. I love that stuff so much. You have no idea. You see what that stuff did to a gray screen yesterday? It completely embarrassed the gray screen. It was able to blend into its white levels, picked up better color than the white screen, and the contrast levels this white gray screen couldn't hold a candle to it. This has also shifting technology. That was about the wrong thing to eat this morning. I should never eat that. Had somebody ask me, like, can you just come in and eat food in your office? No. It's a refrigerator in the kitchen down the hallway. It's a refrigerator. My food in there. Whatever I'm not going to eat. I went to my Dominican store. Got some rice, some Spanish rice, some Dominican rice. I'm not sure what it was. It's all amazing to me. And they had some new barbecue chicken in there. Oh man, that stuff was freaking amazing. I ate the chicken. I literally forgot to have rice. Put the rice in the refrigerator for later on. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Just some beautiful butterflies. I haven't done butterflies in a while. Of course, now we're on our Sony projector, VPL CX100 projector, 720p projector. It's a W or... No, it's an XGA projector. XGA projector, the one on the floor is WXGA. XGA projector at 720p. That's what we're running right now. Projector, as you all know, and for those you don't know, cost me $10. $10. Yeah, the reason why I brought that up is because it's interesting, because when I looked at that, I was like, wait a minute, there's no difference in the paints. They're off by one shade, that's it. So basically, he was just taking black and white paint, and he was putting maybe 2 scoops in one, maybe 3 in another. They were just off by shades, that's it. That's one of the things I noticed when I looked at the other paints we had over. We had the Frankenstein, we already bought the UV, we've been had the UV over in there. And I'm looking at both of them like, it's off by one shade. That's it. That's all we're able to make them. Just follow the instructions on the previous video, the Metallica Mix 2.0. 2 tablespoons of black paint into white paint. Just the same thing. And That's it. Figured them all out. They're all the same thing. Cinemax is the same thing too, because we had the Cinemax down here. It did the exact same thing. Same mixture. Nothing different. So pretty much, it's the same thing I saw 10 years ago when people were on ABS forums making their own grade mixtures. Same thing. That's pretty much the same thing. I know people doing all kinds of stuff. What was this one guy? Putting nail polish in there, silver nail polish. You have any idea what a silver nail polish does when you drop that into a paint? That's a different element right there altogether. You gotta run into all kinds of problems with that one. See, the thing about it is, when you're dropping in all this weird stuff into paint, you don't do any research whatsoever. It's just coming off the top of your head. Mind you, this stuff reacts differently in temperatures. So if you got this outside, this is supposed to be a weatherproof screen, and you got outside, one of those mixtures could react differently. To heat, cold, anything could happen. And that could cause your screen crack, to peel, anything could happen. It may have a bad reaction to ultra short throw projectors where your viewing angles come up dark. It could be a number of things that could fire off. So, you know, got to do some research. But for us, we don't research anything because everything we get. Just like happened the first day when I was over at Home Depot, and the first time I made a digital and crystal screen paint. The Lord directed me what to buy. No one's been able to match it since. And I've heard that same voice every single day now for years on end on how to make this technology. Same voice every time. Some of the stuff we don't even get a chance to show you. It's a lot of stuff. Got composition books full of all kinds of stuff. Ingredients we never got around to. Got a liquid projection screen. Never got around to designing that one either. We showed it off, just never got around to designing it. And then we made a funnel projection screen. Not only do we make screen paints, we make our own screens. We have designs on all different types of physical screens. We just haven't got around to show you these things. But good thing about the showroom, when we get the showroom, at least now we can have a place, we can have our screens set up, we can have people come in and see them. That'll be nice. That's what I'm happy about. Even here, it's a blessing because we can have people come in and see the screen. I just felt so, what's the word for it? When I was in the homes, even though we were showing demonstrations on a different level, I felt suffocated, like I was suffocating. My company was being suffocated. Because having customers come over and pick up their products, having them come over and see that screen, these are people that are coming over, that will have the screen paint. These are people that are picking up from me. And the fact that they come over and they see that screen and the way it's reacting, the way it looks, when the paramedics would come down and they would just stop and look at the screens and everything, it just told me at the end of the day, I need to get this out in the open so other people can see it. And here it is. In an office. You can just walk up here, open the door, see the screen. The thing about it, when you do demonstrations in the home front, especially if you're not doing it with a lot of light, if you're constantly doing a lot of demonstrations in dark environments, I know darn well when that camera's off, that either you're not using that screen and you're using a TV, or that environment's super dark. Can't be dark like that every day. Got to turn the lights on sooner or later. In my demonstrations, when I did mine on the home front, lights were on every day. Every day. I did demonstrations where I started upstairs, walked from room to room, went downstairs, you saw a screen, turned the camera around, walked into the next room, floor's on display, ceiling's on display, screen's on display, walked past the kitchen, had a screen in the kitchen, sitting up there next to a window, and then walked outside on the deck and there's a screen out there. looked exactly the same way. That was the profound impressive about those particular demonstrations, that usually when people do a demonstration in different areas, you see the screen fluctuate and change because it can't handle the environment and lighting. Especially when you get outside, it completely alters and changes. It doesn't look exactly the same way as it does when you're basically inside the house. But those screens look exactly the same way outside as they did inside. You know, people get to that point where they can't match those demonstrations, and they come up with other solutions by, let's get a bunch of people, get them together, and say, hey, look, his products don't work. And this is where I tell you, and as long as I've been in this business, I have never seen people act that way. Never seen people break the law and do the things that these people have done. That shows you the threat level our product was putting out. If their products were so good, if their products could compete, they would be here right now. But they're not. I wouldn't have my cancellations. I wouldn't even have it documented. A removal of 12 million people out of the state of Pennsylvania. It's a challenge down here. The challenge is, in Pennsylvania, to try to gain access to his site to buy the paint. Now, just in case, if he basically turns on Pennsylvania, just to show that the site's active, they're requesting the paint from me. Because it's in there, it's in the notice. If you get access, request the paint for us. He's not going to send that paint here. He can't. It doesn't work. He knows it. It won't work, especially in the environment right now. He definitely don't want it here. So, you know, it just shows you right there from the door. So, you know, products didn't last the test of time. I've seen it before. Quick fix products pop up, claim they're going to work at the end of the day. They never do. They fizzle out and they disappear. Every single time. Every time. Same thing. Except for the one guy. There was a guy who made a screen called Dark Energy Abyss. It was actually really good. It was like a black diamond. It really was. It's very, very good. Me and him had some words. I told you, I had some words. I made some statement about my product, and I just simply told him that you got the wrong person. So he has one screen. I had multiple different products, and every single one of them worked better than his product. So you really want to go down that road, I'll mimic your stuff at the end of the day, and that's the end of it. So at the end of the day, make your money. You got a good screen there. It's a nice product at the end of the day, because it is. Got to give credit where credit is due. I mean, the person selling the paint may be a butthole at the end of the day, but the product's good. The product's good. Got a good product, take it and run with it, and that's what he did. Made good money off it too. From time to time, like I said, I'll pop up and I'll see his product, and I say, hey man, amazing screen, I love it. I'd rather see somebody that's going to get into the business, be successful, make good money in the product, do something with it. If you're going to waste your time trying to take me down, you're going to lose that battle. You make way too much stuff. You sit in environments that most people can't even survive in. It just won't go well for you. It's better off just stay in your lane and be happy. I've never been jealous over somebody else's work, never, ever. I don't see the point of it all. They worked hard to get there, they earned it, they have that right. Screen innovation, our technology is better than theirs. Elite screens, our technology is better than theirs. We beat all their screens. Any company, I think, we beat their screens. We've done it already. Testing's right there on YouTube. Am I jealous at the end of the day that they're sitting in certain areas that I'm not? No. They earned the right to be there. They worked hard. They developed a good product, and it is a good product. Even though we can take it, it's a good product at the end of the day. They earned the right to be there. No jealousy there. Why would I be jealous over that? Then you got people that when we develop technology, right now, this very technology you're seeing right now, they're jealous and bitter, upset, angry. You're going to watch that more and more. The more technology we develop, watch their channel. They'll be crying about us. They won't make anything new, because they can't. They don't have the capability. All they can do is cry. Wow, look at that right there. Isn't that impressive? That's why we came up with that $500,000 contract. That if they feel at the end of the day that our product's not real and it's fake, sign the contract. I'll see you in court. Can't back it up in court. The next stage is cry about it. That's all you got. So then, I got technology to make for companies and customers. Now we got to figure out what we're going to call this. Well, we got a name for it, what to do with it. Trying to think. The blackout cloths have their own formula already made. I already got booklets underneath the table. Everything's made. We already got, this is something new and extra. The gamers already got technology behind theirs. I think something we can use it for. I don't know. Maybe I just turn it invisible and throw it through something. Make an invisible version of it. I can convert it to something concentrated, really heavy, concentrated, turn it into an element, and use it to basically turn poly into something completely different. We could do that. Alright, let's get a comparison of this white surface up there. Alright, I need some here. I want to mess around with that shifting technology over there. That stuff is pretty interesting. That's shifting too, but that's actually more because it's lighter. I need scissors. Ugh, there we go. Do 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 do. Do. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to basically, we're not doing gallons. Gallons will be for invoice orders. Because most people buy gallons from us anywhere, or companies. Companies buy gallons from us. It's rare a customer buys gallons. Because again, average person is going to have what, a 250-inch screen in the living room? Biggest 250-inch, that's a huge screen. So yeah. Most people we get are 100, 120s, occasionally the 150, but mostly 100 to 120, 135 in that range. And the 50 ounces do up to 180, so that's more than enough. So we're going to be changing that out today. Oh. You can see the fan hits it, right? Oh. Get my air cleaner out of the way. There we go. Slow color changer. Oh, we got to do the ultra short on that over that screen over there. The panel. Ultra short demonstration. And I'm finally going to get my black star painted on my two screens. Get that done. Oh, man. A black star? That's a 100%. That's a legendary Infinity 2 black level sitting on that thing. That thing is super ultra black. These are shifters at the end of the day. They have shifting. That screen is actual ultra black. You stick a gunmetal next to that thing, it's gone. You stick a white screen, gone. You stick gray screens, gone. Very interesting. That's the one that hit that Halo system. Produced with no problem. Yeah. That's a different type of beast right there. Different type of beast. You know, it's interesting when I do these demonstrations. I used to look back on my demonstrations when I first started. I talk more to the customers. Customers already know what we're about. They know what we do. My demonstrations now are more for the people who call themselves being in competition with us. It's more towards you. Our customers know. They go and do our research. They match or try to match our demonstrations against other people. They watch our matching better demonstrations. They know at the end of the day our product's better than yours. The reason why I talk to yours is because at the end of the day, we know our product's better. You just haven't accepted that yet. Most people get into this field for the money, but you know, I'm in this field to crush you. That's what I'm in this field to do. I got into this business to level the playing field because people were getting ripped off on high expensive screens, but now it's not about that anymore. The stuff we have now is way beyond shifting technology to convert lighter screens into shifting and contrast technology. New forms of gain that are designed to eat through 6,000, 12,000 K of LED light, sunlight, all that stuff. We're basically building technology to wipe out other technology. And we're not just in one field. I can see we're in every field we can get our hands in. Now this benefits the customer, it benefits the business guy at the end of the day. A customer who may want to put ad tech in their window, advertising, would have to spend a ton of money because customers are charging so much money, it's not even funny. We can come in and actually install that technology and give them a break at the day so they can advance their mom and pop store just equally to one of these big corporations at the end of the day. Tell you the truth, honestly, I'd rather put that technology in a mom and pop than I would put it in a big corporation. Even though the corporation would pay you more money, I don't know. Something about basically, I love supporting the mom and pops, I do. People want to go to forum sites and see those expensive, high-end, gunmetal, expensive projection screens and $4,000 and $5,000 and expensive projectors. There we go. They have to sit back and they have to wait for that. That's a very expensive setup. You're talking about $5,000 for a screen, even if it's $3,000. You buy the projector, anything you pay on your projector is going to tilt you. When you spend $3,000 for a screen and you buy a projector that costs $3,000, you're $6,000 in on something that can't even read a contrast level and will have you stuck in a dark environment. That doesn't sound like a very proper investment to me. My customers can go outside, as we showed in the demonstration with fellows out there watching sea turtles, doing a little MMA, a little fighting match on this game, car simulator outside. People pay all this money and they can't even do that. This costs them more money. Our technology changes that. I had so many customers come in and say to us, man, I'm glad that you guys don't charge the prices everybody else is charging because it would cost us so much money to do that. You know that paint I got sitting on the table right now? Those 2 gallons? That's going to a movie studio. A movie studio. They're painting our screen in this movie studio. They love that black tech. They made 2 orders. They made the first one. They came out, they made another one. You know why? Because that black technology, even though they know that black is everything, they need it 100%. It saves them a lot of money. Anybody they want to try to charge them for a black screen, but it charge them so much money, it's not even funny. You know why they come to us? The product's tested. We can back it 100%. That's why. We're showing this color demonstration on me. Let's come out of this real quick. 4K snow screensavers. Ooh, I like this. I've seen this over and over again. Oh, it's the Sweden. It's going to give us the white levels? No, as usual. Somebody just trying to make money. Gee whiz Louise. I don't have to be unwholesome anymore. Heightener technology. Now, when I finish the TV ad tech, which is sitting in that box right now and be completed, I'm going to send a nice little email out to all the high-end companies to show my technology next to theirs. I'm going to show them color level, contrast levels, and white levels. Most importantly, I'm going to show them the ambient light rejection that screen can absorb in next to a halo system. Now, an ad tech is a different form of technology. Ad tech can absorb sunlight. So the halo system we have to have on there has to be way beyond what we use here, because it'd be absolutely pointless. So instead of 6K, instead of 12K, we have to have 24K in order to hit one of those screens. And their front and rear technology means that thing has to be designed differently. See that wall behind the back of it? That can't be there because it's a rear projection screen. It'd be pointless. So we have to stick a rear projection screen, widen the frame, and put 12K on one side of the light and 12K on the other side. So it's going to be sandwiched in between those lights. You need sunlight, so again, it has to be done that way. I'm going to take those demonstrations and we're going to send them over to those companies. Now, of course, we'll get the same thing back. What do you want to do here? Do you want to sell your product? Do you want to go into a partnership? My answer is no. We don't want any of that. We just want to show you our product is more superior. That's it. Hopefully, them seeing that, a black screen doing that, and them doing some research, find out that Black Diamond has a black screen, maybe it may push them to develop black technology. That's what we need them to do. So let them know that I'll be in trade shows. And that's all you got to do. If they know that screen is going to be in a trade show, that will be a nightmare for them. So that means, guess what they're going to have to do? They're going to have to develop black technology. You know what that does for us? That gives us a chance to advance even farther in our technology, because we have something now literally to test against that's actually black, a real black screen. Not that fake gain range crap at the end of the day, an actual real black certified screen. By a company that I know stands behind their product. That's what we need. The only problem is we need to push them to do it, because they don't think it's necessary, because they got comfortable with their technology. They're making plenty of money. They're making a lot of money, and they're very comfortable. We need to show them that their world can be disrupted. What better way? Send over black technology that wiped out one of their screens. There you go. Now you see the big picture of what we're working on. And you naysayers out there, this nickel and the diamond out there crying over it, come on, you think so small. You do. Your little demonstrations with the little lights on corners and high-powered projectors, you think small. We're not thinking about you. Certifies where it's at. We need them to make a black screen so we can move to the next technology. I got technology that requires a black screen in order for us to see exactly the next level. Black Diamond's technology, because it was so advanced, is what switched us over to gray screen. So this technology you see before you right now, I've mentioned that. Very amazing technology. That's what pushed us into darker technology, because for some reason in my head, well, we did a lot of gray paints and so I literally believed that I never saw another darker screen, never seen one. I believed that the gray screen where it was at. And it wasn't. I was completely in a different direction. The Black Diamond, when we saw that showed me at the end of the day that, oh shoot, they make screens this dark, I gotta keep up with this or I won't even exist. Now the Black Diamond is a black screen. We had it before them. So, with that being said, it's almost like they learned from us. We learned from them. Seymour AV 1.3 had a screen, or they still have a screen, that has an incredible white level. It's a silver screen. It's absolutely gorgeous. I put it against one of my screens, it took it out easily. I'm like, oh shoot, never seen anything like it. Because of their technology being so well put together. This is where an AG47 came up. A screen that literally produces a white level. So I have silver technology that turns white brown. We don't just say it, Mr. Philosopher. We back everything up we do. I can back that up in court with no problem if you sign the document. So with that being said, that Seymour AV 1.3 is responsible for heightener technology that embeds in white screens and black technology that allows our black screen to absorb tons of light in environments, but not only that, be able to maintain its white levels, which black screens aren't supposed to be able to do, and lots of lighting. because they have a hard time generating white light. And we could do that at 1,000 lumens even outside. See, the higher technology allows other companies to build better technology, because all they do is build a better mousetrap. Because somebody did it right. So these screens out here, we got nothing to compare our stuff to. We have a black screen. What are we going to compare it to? A shifting technology can wipe out other screens because it can shift its contrast levels. What do we have to compare it to? What do we have to challenge at the end of the day? You have to have challenges. So we have to get the certifieds to convert to black technology. And the only way to convert a screen to black technology is to take it out of its comfort zone and show that it can easily be wiped out. Now, right now, I'm pretty sure they know about me. They know that I exist. They probably know my plans because I mentioned on camera multiple times. But for them, on the other hand, they don't care. You know why? Because right now, we don't pose a threat to them because they're comfortable making money. But I pop up in one of your shows, and I have a screen that can literally wipe out your screen. You don't want that. That's the last thing you want. The last thing you want is attention in our direction. So what are you going to do? You're going to work hard and develop a black screen, which we need you to do either way. Because I need to develop technology on a higher level, but we need to be something to compare to an actual black screen. Not that range gain crap. I want a screen at the end of the day that literally can back itself 100%, that can do exactly what it's designed to do. That's something I need to test my product against. No freaking gain range. A guy who can't even back a product up. We contact him multiple times. He doesn't return any of our emails, none of our messages. We go buy the product. He gives us back our money. Gee whiz Louise, my goodness, you're going to make something, stand behind it. If you're not, just get out of the game and go someplace else. My goodness. That's the problem I have with that. If you're going to make something, but don't be in here wasting other people's time. People got things to do. So yeah. That's how I found out about the Black Diamonds black screen. I was at a forum site. I didn't know it even existed. The guy was like, yeah, you're not the only one. Diamond has one. I was like, oh, really? Went over there and saw. I was like, oh, it's a black screen. But I noticed in their black screen, they're not in really high, well-lit environments. I went to go contact their dealership. Found out that the projector requires an 8,000 lumen, and they only sell the company's own. Can I get a sample of it? Right now? No, can't get a sample of it. I tried, but I can't get one. Oh, I wish I could. And they probably know on the other hand, yeah, we got to keep it out of reach out of this one, because you know he's going to come for it, and they were definitely right. I am going to come for it. I'll get one sooner or later. I'll get one. I'm curious, I want to know. And if we go behind closed doors, and it's just me and him looking at this technology, just a little comparison, I'm happy with that. Nobody got to know. It's just me and him. I'm just curious. And am I jealous about where he's at? And I developed black technology? No, he earned it. He worked hard. He probably worked extremely hard. He started that business out of a garage. 11 years of hard work. 11 years. He put 11 years in hard work to build that. He deserves everything he has. Everything. And I'm not jealous over it. I'm happy he got it. I don't like the way he treated me at the end of the day. But I can forgive that. I can move on. But still, I want to see side by side next to the screen. And I plan to get there myself. That's why the Lord set this whole platform up for our next stage. Get some trade shows, get us investors, get people in here that can see this technology to get us to the level we need to be at, so I can be in one of those trade shows next to their technology. Yep. All right. Is that white piece of paper still up there? It is. Let's go to oh, that looks like my taco. Taco, that cat looks just like you. Oh my goodness. It's like another little taco. It's a little taco. That cat looks just like Taco. Look at him. Oh, yeah, zoom up on you, a little taco. Boom. Look at my little taco. It looks like Taco. Look at my taco. Ah. Yeah. I woke him up in his head. He's like, what the heck? What is wrong with you? Dude, there's a cat that looks just like you. I got the same color eyes and everything, man. It's like a little tabby. Hey, Taco. Oh, look it's a Taco's brother. Taco's your brother. Like, man, what is wrong with you? I'm in here sleeping, minding my own business. You know, calling the phone like, doot, 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 doot. Yes, this is the human hotline. Yes, sirree. I think my human is broken. He's talking about me. I think he's broken. What do you mean he's broken? He's always screaming and yelling, giving me 40,000 kisses. Say I owe a kiss tax at the end of the day. Giving me weird names. But I do give you a lot of treats, dude. He's got 8 different kinds of treats. Most people give their cats like 1 treat. I don't know, I'm thinking my cat like 3 or 4 treats at a time. He likes them. They're so good. How can you give him 1 treat? I don't even want 1 treat. I like somebody giving you 1 cookie. I don't want 1 cookie. I want a couple of cookies. Ain't that right, Taco? I look just like him. Just like him. He got a little beard and everything. Just like him, little beard. You got a little beard? Sorry, people. I like animals. Excuse me if I talk to my animals this way. I don't care. 4K demonstrations. I don't care. I'll talk to my little fluffy bear. My little fluffy bear. Look at you, you little fluffy bear. How did you get to be so fluffy? You don't even know how you got to be so fluffy. You don't talk to your animals that way, you don't deserve them. You don't deserve them. They're fluffy bears. Fluffy bears. Are we going to build a showcase page for this? We got to. It's called Inferno. We definitely have to build something for this. Definitely build a showcase page. I might start working on something. Oh, man, we still got to go, and I got to remove all the Black Series edition off the site. All right, we got to pace ourselves. Today's going to be a busy day. You know, I haven't gone in the park and sat down in so long. You gotta be careful about that, people. Life itself, you gotta be careful about that. If you've been doing little routines, try to stick with that. Because man, life passes you by so fast. And I'm going to the park today. I'm gonna go to the park, sit down, get something to eat. I haven't done that in so long. I haven't gone to the art museum forever. It's funny, when I was over at the garage right now, I was at the art museum. I used to always go to the park and sit down. And now I'm here, it's like I got more work than I ever had before. Like I literally have more work. It's no joke. I'm working on this. This came today. We got the panels we're working on. We'll get that done. We did the table for the panels at 50 lumens, which I'm happy about that. We got over there in the box, if you can't see it over in the corner, that's for AdTech over there, the TV version, and for the Windows over there. I got several PCs I'm working on. I haven't even got a chance to install the fans on this one yet, which I'm still got to get around to doing that. That requires a neon paint job. I got 2 more PCs over there I'm building at the same time. That one definitely has to be done. Got to paint this giant screen, get this finished. The bottom half of that has to be done. The floor has to be done. Still got to order a couple more projectors. Got a Epson laser projector coming in off the shelf. I got that for a good deal, by the way. $160. Can't beat that. Yeah, I got a lot. And that's not even the half of it. I still got to be on site. So I got to be on site, which means I need special stuff for that. We need to have our screens already built. The acoustic screens, yeah, those are the ones we're going to have on site because I can't take anybody else's screen out there. So I'll get in trouble. Except for the other screen, which is the businessman on the go and all that stuff. Those screens right there, we got permission from the company to use them because they're blank screens. So that's good on that one. There's a place that we got that does RVs that allow us to go and do video recordings out of there because I want to do video recordings in that right there. So gotta be over that. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy. And I gotta have all this done. And mind you, it's gonna be changed the company's name. We gotta finish the other site, get all brochures done, all new business cards, everything. Everything. All the reading. So how to work. So I gotta make me a list. I put a list on the wall, we cut it off bit by bit, straight over everything we get done. So, still got the ultra short to do with this one. Customer demonstrations will be taken care of today, or customers will be taken care of today. And let me see. We don't think we have anything on the site really for order right now because everything's being switched over. We got the quasars, the only one, but the companies are buying up the quasars. They're doing right now. They're buying them out. I got 2 gallons of the quasar going out. We got the gunmetal technology on there. Let me see. I'll go to my site and see what do we have because everything else is being redone. The gamer screens are now physical screens at 100 to 120 inch acoustics, so they're not available. Come on, where are we at right here? Yeah, they're not available. And somebody said that we just had that conversation yesterday, did we not? When I was in the room having fun, joking and all that stuff, and the guy was sat there and said, "Oh, you don't take your demonstrations seriously?" I do. We're just comfortable because we've done it already. And I literally had this conversation yesterday, right? Now we got a new screen paint. What's it doing? Everything it's designed to do. Put a white surface out there, it's beating the crap out of it right now. You watch me paint it right here in front of you, easy to paint, right? One coat application, done, right? No up and down, multiple applications, stick it, you watch it dry in front of you using an air cleaner. That's an air cleaner, by the way, air purifying air cleaner, right? Which means the drying time is really fast. It doesn't require much for the screen to dry. Watching the fully lit commercial environment, which we're doing right now on a $10 projector. Do I need to say any more? See? So that's why I can sit here and do a cartwheel across the screen. Heck, I can dress up like Batman at a business conference. As long as my product works, that's all that matters. That's why I can come out here and have fun. We can talk about fish, zebras, chewing gum. Doesn't make a difference. As long as that thing works, that's all that matters. Same thing like when I was doing building maintenance. Yeah, we had our fun. We got some mischief, we got some trouble, but we did our job at the end of the day. We got the work done. We got everybody else's work done. Anyone need help? We got our work done. We had an excellent track record, which means we can have some fun. Because can't nobody say we don't get the job done. So I can come out here and we can talk about goats, chicken, corn on the cob, whatever you want at the end of the day, as long as that screen is running and it's doing what it's designed to do. Some people sit there and say he's not into it. I wouldn't be into it. Wouldn't be working, right? All right, moving on. Gotta have that kind of confidence level. People see that in business. They can tell if you're nervous around your product. If you're showing special clips to make the product look good, they can see all that. The environment, how dark it is, what type of projectors you're using, all kinds of stuff. You can be calm about the whole thing, enjoy your surrounding, your environments, and just be relaxed with it. They know you know your stuff. Comfortable with any environment. That's why I can't wait to get on site. Because I get on site, man, I get to have fun. I get to have fun on site. Tear it up on site. Besides, people find my videos fun. They're not boring like everybody else. I'm not saying everybody. I've seen some videos I like to watch. Some pretty good stuff. But some of the videos are really boring. They want to be all technical about it. Da 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 da. Look, man, a whole lot of da-da-da and charts and all that stuff, man, bores me. I want to see some action. Show me some action. I don't want to hear it on camera. Turn those lights on. Brighten open that window up. Show me some contrast levels on that screen. Show me comparisons. What does that screen look like against certified screen? Show me against white levels. Drop that projector up. Pull it off from the wall. Bring in 1,000 on projector 720p. They ain't worth jack. Show me something. We'll start a company called Screen Tank. That's right. You bring your screen up there. We look at it. And ask questions at the end of the day. Like, that's all you put in your environment. Show me confidence at the end of it. Show me you own it. You can't show me that. You gotta go. Screen Tank. So the Shark Tank would be Screen Tank. I'm gonna do a demonstration one day. It's gonna have a big white screen. Everybody's gonna be out there watching. Just come out there just with a bucket of paint. It's just flat right across the screen. Not even gonna bother painting it in. What's the point? Don't have to. When that projector turns on, everywhere that paint hit, that screen's going to activate. That's the kind of freaking out-of-the-box demonstrations you have to do. That's what the splatter screens do. Splatter screens draw a lot of attention. It's a screen we just do paint on it. That's it. Good to splatter screen. And another surface. We need a surface. Gonna make it splatter screens. I like splatter screens. Just show that we just take that paint any direction we paint. The only thing that pops up is that, oh, wait, I forgot to do that. We were supposed to do that, weren't we? We were supposed to write our name out on paint and have it come up. Ah, crap. All right, we got to build a screen. I got to build a cardboard screen, paint it all white, paint our name into it, and then basically hit it with a projector. Only our name comes up that's on the paint. Tell me it's not sick. It's a sick demonstration with the light system around it. Tell me it's not amazing. Come on, people. You got to feel the energy. You got to feel the energy. So, see, basically, so screen paint or energy bars. It could be both. But anyway, you got to feel the energy in that demonstration, man. Remember, I have to wake up, pop up out of nowhere, like, oh my goodness, we're going to draw into our screen with black paint. We're going to take a screen and stick it outside on the deck, let the sunlight drench it, push it through 2 windows, it's trouble playing windows, by the way, hit it through 13 feet, go through a 1,000-watt light bulb, and nail a screen. We did that one already. It's called a sunbather. Crazy stuff be popping in my head. Oh man, I got a crazy idea. We're going to take a 2600 lumen projector, mount it 11 feet high on the deck, and lay the screen flat to the ground. Outside. Where everybody else is sitting in the dark town. What we have here is a projection screen. And you see all the light we have in the environment? Like 2 freaking candles in the corner and a birthday cake over there. That's nothing. That's no challenge for us. We have to do psychotic stuff at the end of the day. When it snowed, oh my goodness, I was giddy as a schoolgirl with a new dress, and that's a whole lot of giddy. I was outside with like 20 feet extension cord. Each connector was taped up with plastic bags and duct tape. I went out there and did a demonstration in the snow of a black screen that produced an image of the snow. You know how mind-blowing that is? Showing snow. You know how much light pushes off snow? You know, when you go outside, and that's what they call being snowblind. And you go outside and the snow is so bright that you can barely see. And you got to put glasses on so you can make out things. It's called snowblind. Do you know how much light reflects off of snow outside? So we got a screen outside in the snow at 180 inches to reflect all that light. It was super bright up there, and that's when we're still able to produce an image out there at 720p with no problem whatsoever. And I did that out there in the snow. I thought it'd be cool to do a burning fireplace, or even better, show snow outside on a black screen in the snow. And they say it's just sitting up there like, I don't like this guy's energy. I don't like his energy. I don't like his energy. My energy is so high paid. I can basically pick up your phone. I can charge your phone. My energy is through the roof. Put it this way. Coffee drinks me in the morning. That's one of my jokes I like to say. The reason why you're up early in the morning, the reason why you can get what you got to get done in the morning, because you had a cup of coffee and coffee had a cup of me. Coffee sitting around the water cooler like, man, I'm going to tell you something. I would not have been able to do my job if I didn't have a good old hot cup of can to get you up in the morning. Yes, sirree. Best thing of waking up is candy in your cup. Yeah. That's right, cans in your cup. Coffee drinks me to get up in the morning. And by the way, no, I do not drink coffee. I did at one point. It was not good. It did not go well. I had an addiction for it. It always starts off with one little cup. It's like everybody else gets one little cup, and that's basically about it. And then it starts off with a freaking mixing bowl with a freaking handle on the side. Because I was drinking that much coffee, and I was drinking 7 of those a day. Easy. Can't be near it no more. That's dangerous. For me, it's dangerous. Can't be near coffee. Ice cold espressos, that started another nightmare. My brother worked at Blue Ribbon. He worked at a place that basically vending machine companies. He was bringing home all that stuff, and he brought home these coffees. I was like, "What the heck is that? This is called ice cold espresso." And I'm like, "Really? They only drink one?" That's it, because I just came off of coffee. That stuff is even more stronger than coffee. Oh my goodness! I think I saw Colors. No, I'm sorry, Taste Colors. That's what it was. When I drank that, man, that stuff was amazing. So I left them $20 in the refrigerator and took the whole thing with me. It wasn't $20, but I figured, I'm gonna kill them off anyway. He could probably get some more. He was like, "You take that whole thing?" I said, "Yeah. I left you $20 in the fridge, by the way." He said, that ain't regular coffee. That's different. That's a different type of coffee. The caffeine is through the roof. You drink that whole thing, you're gonna end up in the hospital. I was wired like I don't know what. It was so good. We stopped bringing them home. I had to get myself a those. I don't drink any coffee at all, period. None. Can't be around it. I don't know how to moderate. That's the problem. That's the problem. I can't moderate it for Jack. Can't be around it. Overdo it. I have no idea why you would want to come to America if you live in an area that looks like that. Switzerland? Why? You know how beautiful that is? That is absolutely good. How gorgeous that is. Why? Why would you leave that to come to a concrete city? I guess to each his own. I know. You ever watch that thing called Amish in the City? I thought that was a pretty good show. It's pretty interesting. You take Amish people and introduce them to like the high parts of the city. I mean like LA, California, the hustle bustle. I mean all that out there. And the party, like the club, like they give them the full dose of it all. And they give them a decision. They give them a nice job and all that. They can make money and stuff like that. And they give them a decision of whether they want to go home or they want to live that lifestyle out there. Man, I would freaking go home. I would. You have no idea. You got people living in the city right now that would give up their soul just to be out there right now. They're tired of it, man. Tired of it, how beautiful that is. They're tired of it. Tired of seeing all these buildings and cement and smell and all that. That's fresh air every single day. You know how amazing your lungs would function out there compared to breathing up all the chemicals we have now living within the city areas? Even if you live in the suburbs, God forsaken, there's probably some kind of freaking power plant out there next to you or power lines out there disrupting your freaking peace of mind. But can you imagine that? How clean that air has to be out there? Man, that is utopia right there, people. Wow. Unbelievable. Now, most people go out there, if you're from the country, if you're young, most of the young people can't go out there. It'll drive them nuts. They be out there beating pots and pans just to hear themselves think. Because you're not ready for that yet. You live enough time in the city, yeah, you'll be looking for a little piece of square of heaven, a nice little area out in the middle of nowhere. Heck, you can't even be out in the suburbs and get that life because you always got some jacked up neighbor you gotta live next to that's basically going to disrupt your comfort zone at the end of the day. I don't care if the houses are separate, you still gotta live next to a bonehead. I know, because I was out in Haventown, I had freaking, my house was separate from everybody. Our houses were separated, and I still had to see a neighbor every day. I walk out the door and bam, he's right there. I'm like, I didn't get along with him. At first it started off, but eventually, you're basically going to have a conflict somewhere in there. Out there, there's no conflict. Going to have a conflict but a tree. That's it. Pretty much how beautiful that is out there, man. There's no way in the world I would ever come to the city. But I guess sometimes you got to experience, People from the country come down to the city. It seems nice at first, you know. You live here for a while, you'll start to hate it. That's what I love about Allentown. I love Allentown. You know why? Because the minute I walk out, you know what I see? Nothing but trees. Just nothing but trees. I freaking love that so freaking much. Even if you're downtown, you still can see trees. No matter where you turn, you see trees right here and here. It's like a little city surrounded by trees. It's insane. I'm blown away by it. When I first came, I was blown away by it. That's the first thing I noticed when I came down here. I'm within the city, and all I have to do is just turn my head, and boom! I just see nothing but trees. A whole forest of beautiful trees. And I'm like, man, this is absolutely beautiful. And the air is much better. The smell is much better, man. Big difference. Big difference. It's clean. They have people, you watch them all up and down the street, picking up trash all day long. Area stays nice and clean all the time. People are friendly, they're polite, they're nice. And yeah, because you're bumping the people with the same person 4 or 5 times. I've done that, bumped into people multiple times. And I'm a person who never forgets a face. I never, if I see you one time, I'll never forget you, ever. I'll see you again, I always recognize, I saw that guy over there, and I saw that person over here. I can recognize what store and everything you came from. Hey, that's a small place. You bump into people, I'm pretty sure they recognize me too when I walk around. So I like that. Nice big community. It's diverse, you know, you got different races and nationalities. It's amazing. Should have came here a long time ago. Literally should have came here a long time ago. I love Philly, don't get me wrong, I do. But man, in Philadelphia, well, let's just say I lived in Philadelphia. Let's put it that way. But still, the fact of being able to see those trees out there like that, man, that's beautiful. I freaking love it. Absolutely love it. You don't even gotta be in the suburbs to see trees. Not like that, you don't. Usually, you know, you live in a town downtown, or you basically work downtown, or you're basically in the surrounding outskirts of downtown, you will still see building after building after building after building after building. Now down here, it looks just like that. That's literally what it looks like, just like that. You will see trees and trees and trees. And I've been up in those areas too. They call them the hills up there. And it's gorgeous up there. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. It is gorgeous up there. Call it the hills. But you ain't got to go far to get it. You don't. And it's not expensive either. Because you know why? It's all over the place. That's why. Usually if you live in the city and you want to be down the burbs are going to be a little different than the city. So it's going to cost you a little bit more money. Because that's not going to be every place. Then you want to go a little farther out than that. That's not going to be every place. Up here, that little tree-like area, that little surrounding, yeah, it's everywhere. The houses up here are Victorians. They're Victorian homes up here. So a lot of these houses were built like in 1700, 1800, 1400, but they've been modernized, but they still have the architecture structure of that era. They're gorgeous houses. You know how much money Victorians cost? Victorians are not cheap homes. Up here, they're very affordable. Yep. School districts are better up here. Everything. I freaking love it up here. I will die up here. Literally will die up here. Love it up here. I want to get near the hills. That's where I want to be. I want to be up on the hills. Hills is nice. I want to be over there. Look at these guys out there and all that snow. That'll be me out there and all that snow. That's beautiful. All that, man. When I was younger, I would have called that a nightmare. I'd have called that an absolute nightmare. What the freak would I be doing out there? Then there's no Wi-Fi, no TV, there's no freaking storage, there's nothing out there. I would have lost my mind out there. Now you get older, you be like, man, that is peace of mind right there. You just lay there in that meadow and look at those beautiful clouds. There's nobody around you. There's peace of mind. Of course, you definitely want to take, you know, you're going to be out that far out. Chances are there's going to be wildlife out there. Not the kind you want to bump into. So you may want to take something with you. Hopefully you're not with the intentions of taken away from the environment and maybe hopefully scared away. I mean, bear's coming at me, I mean, my first intention is to fire a couple rounds in the air. I'm not trying to kill it at all, period. Unless I have to, but chances are hopefully not. Hopefully that'll scare it, or the bear mace will have on me. That'll work. But I don't want to harm the animal in any way whatsoever. So I'd rather fire a couple rounds in the air. Hopefully it listens. Say, Frank. Yeah, he's got a boom boom stick on him. Yeah, you may want to just go in another direction. Oh, that's what that thing is. Okay, I gotta go. Frank is not the sharpest person in the freaking box, but, you know, he gets around. He survives. That's beautiful. Man, look at that. That is freaking gorgeous. Can you imagine that's your daily commute? That is your daily commute. Can you imagine that's your home? God, man. And I bet you there's probably kids right now who are like, hey, I want to live in the city life. I want to live that. Be happy where you're at, trust me. It's funny because, you know, when I was in Philly, I always wanted to live downtown. I wanted to get a studio apartment downtown, you know, being around it because I was young, you know what I mean? I like the fact that when my brother was living down there, everything was close to him. You know, he had this is back in the day. This is when you had movie theaters downtown. You don't have them anymore like that. But we had movie theaters downtown. Everything was just, the city was popping. It was just beautiful. I loved it. You know what I mean? And he kept telling me, he said, no, when you get older, you're going to hate this place. You're going to hate the noise. You're going to hate the hustle and bustle, the crowds. You're going to hate all of it. Trust me. What you want is a place up in the suburbs. Something quiet. Something where you can hear crickets at night. You know what I mean? A lawnmower in the morning. Occasional lawnmower in the morning. Fresh cut grass. That's what you're going to want. And I'm like, nah, man, I can't live out. That's crazy out there, man. I've been out there where he was at. It was boring as I don't know what. I mean, literally, it was boring. I couldn't take it up there. He said, no, trust me. Time. It's going to happen in time. And sure enough, he was right. I can't stand the city. I hate it. I hate it. The noise, the screaming, the yelling. It's just constantly all you hear. And I couldn't understand why in his apartment that they played the stereo 24/7. Like the stereo was always on. They always played jazz music because of the noise, the outside noise. Mind, this is when he was downtown. We're talking about maybe roughly apartment buildings, early 70s. Early 70s, apartment buildings didn't have double pane glass, where basically you couldn't hear noise outside. You heard noise outside. So you had that single sheet of glass. You know, they want the little rope that when you pull the window up, sometimes it get jammed. You got to shift it from left to right to get it to pull up. Those old windows back in the day probably had freaking lead poison on them at the end of the day. But anyway, those old windows, they had those. So you can hear everything. Now today you got windows you shut, you don't hear jack. But yeah. So you can hear everything, man. So he told me, yeah, you'll grow to hate it. And it's so crowded, no place to park. You know what I mean? Everything is just so crowded, and I never could understand that, what he was talking about. And then later on, when I got older, I had a chance to live downtown for a short while, and yeah, I hated it. I didn't like it at all. I hated every moment of it. Just can't go anywhere without being people all over the place. Even in the little small parks, you would find there would be people there. There'd be people everywhere. People. Just want to go somewhere with no people. Now, I mean, I could deal with a few people here and there, but it was just crowded all the time. Especially Penn's Lane. Penn's Lane was always crowded. The gallery was always crowded. When I used to go to the gallery, you never found me on the bottom floor. The bottom floor was crowded. Be on the first floor. No one's hardly on the first floor. Second floor. No one's on the second floor. Third floor, too. Yep. And you get older, you don't want that life anymore. You don't really want to be bothered with all that noise and stuff. Some people do. Some people still like that New York City hustle and bustle life. They got the freaking apartments up there on Park Avenue, Manhattan, and all that. They still like that city life, to each his own. But some people, they don't want to be around it. And some people get to the point where they just don't want to be around it, period, at all. These are people like to live off the grid. That'll be me. If I pull out a pair of binoculars and I see a house, I'm too close to you. I am way too close to you. And I'm talking about looking at the binoculars from the other side, which means I am too close to you. I need somebody far away. You can send smoke signals, you're in a good area. I like to be far away from people. Because that whole suburban life, I can't do it. I can't. Houses are too close. Even though they're detached, you can still see your neighbor. He's still there. He's still there. You see him. I have a high enough fence. Is that an auto turret? Yeah, it is an auto turret, Frank. It's an auto turret. That's what it is. Why would you buy that? Why wouldn't I, Frank? Why would I not buy this? Why would I? Why would I not? That's what you got to worry about too. You buy a house, you always got to worry about what is your neighbors going to be like. They should allow you to test run houses. Before you buy them, get a chance to be there for a solid month, you know what I mean? Get a feel if you really want to be there or not. They should allow you to do that. Get a test run. Because you may hate your neighbors at the end of the day. Your neighbors could be absolutely complete jerks. You could be living next to a Karen. You know, when you first move into a house, neighbors are completely different. Unless they're up front with you and they're going to show who they really are, then you know. But some of them basically will smile in your face and be those people at the end of the day. And later on, you find their potential nightmares. Yeah. Always blasting their music, whatever nonsense is going on with them. Dogs. I don't never move in a place where people got dogs in the yard. Ever. We were looking at this house one time. It was a nice house, too. We were going to rent out. And the neighbor had a rock waller in their yard right across from us. And the yard, it wasn't that big of a stretch. Like a dog's bark can carry pretty far. It really can. You don't understand that. A dog's bark can carry pretty far. And she was like, I said, nope, we can't get this place. And she said, why? It's perfect. I said, look at the dog in the yard. She said, yeah, I don't see it. I said, watch this. Dog started barking and carrying on. I wanted to go shut the window. I said, what do you hear? You hear the dog, don't you? There you go, that's why. Because I would hear that dog 24/7. You know how hard it would be for me to record something and do any kind of video demonstrations in that house. I had a dog constantly barking in the background. Nope. Couldn't even go outside because the dog barked. I said, watch this. We go outside, dog started barking. No peace of mind, that's why. Now, is it the dog's fault? No. Because the dog is doing his job. He's protecting his territory. That's what he's supposed to do. But meanwhile, it'll be a pain in the neck to me. He's just doing his job. That's what he's supposed to do. Supposed to bark. You don't know us. You can't hate the dog, though. He's doing his job. But still, that would be so annoying. So that's the thing I don't like about the burbs, man. You pay money, live in a nice house in a nice neighborhood, and you still got to deal with neighbors that are going to be complete jerks at the end of the day. Jerks. Absolute freaking jerks. And I'll tell you something. The interesting thing, the difference between apartments, being in the city, over being in the burbs, and an apartment, you're going to have that confrontation with that person one way or another. It's going to happen. Either y'all going to throw hands, something's going to happen, but you're going to have that confrontation one way or another. Up in the city, same thing in the neighborhood. It's going to get back to you. You're going to have that confirmation. But in the burbs, people are freaking. I'm not saying all of them, but most of them are sneaky little jokers at the end of the day. They will say the most nastiest things behind your back and basically try to cover it all up. It's more like what's the word for it? Say polite insults. That's what it is. Now, if you live up in the suburbs and you say at the end of the day, well, everybody in my neighborhood is good, then you're lucky. You're very, very lucky. But some people don't got it that way. Some people have those particular individuals who think they're better than everybody else, and they'll say nasty things about you, or they'll just say nasty things about you because maybe they just don't like you. Maybe they don't like your car. Maybe they don't like your car's system. A number of things can trigger them off. You'll find more Karens up there than you'll find in the hood. Karens don't exist in the hood. You know why? Because it's instant justice in those particular neighborhoods and apartment complexes. Be a Karen in an apartment complex and see how it happens. Go in there and see what happens. See how fast you can't be. Yeah, no. You're too easy to be spotted on sight. There's no way in the world. But if you do it out in the suburbs, you can be in your yard with your binoculars, checking out your neighbors, whatever they're doing, all up in their business. Yeah, it's more easier for you to get away with nonsense. Got a nice Hellcat, and it makes a nice purring noise, you know, when you get up in the morning, when you go to take off. Somebody will look there and complain about that. Or your car makes too much noise. It's a car. It's supposed to make noise. Not like that. That car is different. It makes a different kind of noise. The fact that now most people will sit there and entertain. It depends on where you live at. Most people in the burbs, when you live in the burbs, you will sit there and entertain that conversation. A person who moved up there, who lived in a different type of neighborhood, they're not going to entertain that conversation at all. They'll look at you and say, okay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to get off my property. I'm going to shut my door. If I come back and look outside the window, you're going away in a flashing truck with flashing lights. I don't entertain that nonsense. I've never had that problem ever when we lived in Havertown. I had one little incident, and it was the guy over here, because he knew the landlord, he felt that he could walk up on that property anytime he wants to. And I went to his front door and had that conversation with him. I said, I'm going to explain something to you. See that area right there? I rent that. Just because you're best friends with the landlord, I better not catch you up there again. That's the end of the conversation. Leave it at that. Go ahead and tell her whatever you want. I pay them, you don't pay them. That's the end of the story. That's it. I never caught him up there ever again. Because they got that, I think they got that privilege. Now, most people wouldn't even come and have that conversation with them at all, period. Well, you know, he knows the landlords are good friends. I don't see anything wrong with it. No, I got a problem with it. Because my ex-girlfriend's on there. My girlfriend was up there. And she don't need to see some man popping up on that property in the driveway or coming down there back and forth. We ain't having that. So I had to go and have a little conversation with them. Lucky I was in a situation where she had came outside or he caught her off guard, because when we have a different kind of conversation, then I'd be trying to snatch you out of your doorway. I'm real heated when it comes to stuff like that. I try to walk away as a Christian. You told me somebody I care about at the end of the day, yeah, don't open up that door. I'm going to try to grab you out. Because now you basically crossed the line with me at the end of the day. So yeah, when I had that conversation, we went back and talked to the landlord about it. I explained to him what he was doing. She said, okay, that's the end of that, because I can just basically just leave at the end of the day. I'll take my money and I'll go someplace else. I got no problem with that. We didn't have that issue ever again. I explained to him the consequences. I said, yeah, my ex was back there. It was my girlfriend at the time. She was back there and she was doing her garden. You popped up on her. I said, man, I wouldn't. You opened that door, I was going to snatch you out. Yeah, tell you right from the door, right there. You need to know that. You need to know boundaries, consequences. People don't do that kind of nonsense when you live in bad neighborhoods. There are serious consequences if you do dumb stuff like that. When they get up there and they feel privileged, they can do whatever they want, especially if they've been there for a while. If they've been there for a while, they can do whatever they want. I think I found one person out of that whole neighborhood. I ain't like anybody in that neighborhood. It was one person. It was a little lady. No, it was two people. It was a guy who was a military on this side. He was cool. He talked to himself. He talked to me. He stayed to himself. He did a lot of masonry work. He did his whole sidewalk. It was a beautiful job. Cobblestones and everything. I talked to him, and there was a little woman across the street. Two of her sons were in the military. I talked to her. Only two people I spoke to in that neighborhood. The rest of them, they're all douchebags. All of them. Let's get something else to watch up here. They're all douchebags. Say nasty stuff behind your back in a hot second. Yes, they would. I guess whoever was living there before when they rented the place out, I guess they took it, you know, and they took the abuse of what they did. I wasn't that person. Not that person. We had that conversation with the guy who lived right next to me, across from me, and I had a problem with his daughters were carrying on and acting up, and they were throwing stuff in my yard. I told them again not to do it. And I said, we had that problem again. I said, I can bring down a family member to take care of that right away. Which means I'll bring down another female for another female. And he went in the house and got him. He came outside and he had some conversation with me. I said, well, we got a problem, man. So I'll just climb over the gate. We can finish it right there. So it doesn't have to come to that. Well, you kind of insinuating you want that, because the way you're kind of giving me that tone at the end of the day, you act like you want me, because I'll climb over that gate and we can finish it from there. You don't want to have that conversation. So, usually most people don't watch behind their back. I walked right up on him behind the back of this car. Caught him when he was coming by the car. I could have got him right there. Easy. And I just explained to him, at the end of the day, that from now on, when we're living next to each other, I plan not to be here long. Don't even make conversation. Don't speak to me. Don't talk to me. Nothing. Or I will climb over that gate and we'll finish it from there. That's the end of it. You got to lay boundaries down. Never heard anything from him. At all, period. Matter of fact, it never really came out that much. And that wasn't what I was going for. It's just that you can't treat people that way. You can't go around and be nasty. He could have came out the door and said, well, man, you know, my daughter said so and so and so. Yeah, well, kids lie at the end of the day. Well, they said, well, yeah, that wasn't true, blah, 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 blah. We talk about it, that's it. Next thing you know, just squash, put it on the bridge, that's it. How you doing, neighbor? Every day, how you doing, neighbor? Back and forth. But since you want to come out and you want to be tough at the end of the day, not a problem. Don't need a problem. You're suburbia on the streets. Two different people. Y'all act like it up there. We lived it. So I had to go over and have that little conversation with him. So no, I did not. When I was doing those videos and stuff, are you doing that? Oh, you caught me. You're weird. How'd you get your foot there? You're inside of that little cave. That is the funniest thing. I wish I would have got a shot of that. Anyway, he's doing something weird in this cave. Go ahead and go back to chewing your foot. It's funny. Want some barbecue sauce with that? Yeah, they were like that. They were like that, man. They were so bougie. I don't know what's worse. 69th Street, they were bougie over there. They were really bougie over there. They were really bougie. But I didn't see much of them. They were never home. They were always someplace else. But over there in Haventown, yeah, I saw them a lot over there. Especially the next door neighbor, I saw him a lot. He was, man, he was quiet. He's like a Carlton. Carlton from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he was like that. But he was, he's always walking around with these do-rags and stuff around. I thought he was streets. Sometimes they have it, there's streets. Remember these streets, yeah? We'll go for the ride. I'll take you up there by Diamond Gratz. You know, Philadelphia. I'll come back and get you in about a half an hour, see how much you like it. Or Cambia Street. I was on Cambia Street too. In Germantown Avenue. That's another Badlands area there. 33rd and Diamond, 8th and Butler, 5th and Allen, Caney, Richard Allen Projects, Diamond Street Projects, Strawberry Mansion. Oh, man. Strawberry Mansion was rough. It was rough. But anyway, yeah, it was interesting. They were nice people and all. They just said nasty things behind your back, that's all. Really nasty things. And some people would take it and they would still smile on their face because they want to try to get their approval, get them to like them. Yeah, I don't get that one. Or maybe he said he doesn't like you that much because this, that, and the other. Well, you know, people have this thing where they have to be liked. I don't get that crap. They like have to be liked. Well, you know, let's go make them a cake and we just talk it out. No, I ain't trying to talk jack out at the end of the day. Forget them. If they don't like me at the end of the day, forget them. Now, my ex was the type of person that would try to go over and make a cake and we'll all sit down and talk. I wasn't that person at the end of the day. You don't like me, I'll come right to your face. You don't like me, you got a problem with me at the end of the day? All right, fine. You stay on your side, I stay on mine. That's it. Bye. I'm not trying to be friends with you and smile on your face. You don't like me, you don't like me. Who cares? Take my trash cans out, take a look at you. Yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. Then I meet a neighbor got that kind of attitude like me. I'm like, oh man, we definitely get along. Same attitude I got, which was the military guy who didn't like anybody in the neighborhood. He literally didn't like, and the old woman, she didn't like anybody in the neighborhood either. They were my people at the end of the day. Yeah, he said he had one problem on the guy at the street. He said something about his, because he's the guy that decorates his front. He thinks he's better than everybody. I forgot the guy's name. But he said something about the military guy on this side. See, when he had a conversation with him. And he got in his face. I heard he got nasty with him. The military guy got nasty with him. He said he got in his face. Like, he said, yeah. He said, you know, you don't talk about this. You don't talk about that. So. Let me have him. Yeah, he was really brutal. I heard he was really brutal with him. But they need that at the end of the day. That common sense. You don't have privilege. Is my fan on? Yeah. Oh, man. All right. I kind of seen everything this thing could do. Yeah, when I go off topic, you know what that means? It means I've passed it. My brain went, we're done. I've seen everything I need to see. It's crazy paint. Has a strange color to it. Picked up its white levels, contrasted, all that. Da-da-da-da-da-da. That's why I say if I'm in a business meeting and I pretty much explain, I show what my technology can do, they'll be the ones looking at, staring at it. I'll be the one looking at the one like, hey, how far do you think that airplane is? That's me, literally, in a business meeting. That would be me. I pull out my cell phone and start playing video games, stuff like that, because I'm past it already. My brain's working on something else. I'm already past it, somewhere else now. And they don't get bothered by that. You know why? Because they're looking at it. I explain everything I need to explain. And if I came in there and put a screen and didn't tell you jack about it when I first started this video and started talking about this and was over here doing this and that would have been not professional. But to come in here and explain everything to you, what it does, what it's designed to do, da-da-da-da-da, show you the demonstrations, back everything up, and now my brain has gone to another direction. Which means I'm over here like, I wonder how many fish can fit to a fish bowl. What's the biggest fish bowl they've ever made that's actually in South? Actually, that would be a crazy idea. Is there a giant fish bowl you can get? Like, you've seen square tanks, but can you get a giant actual fish bowl? Because that would be sick. Can you imagine having this beautiful pedestal and you would have this giant fish bowl there for goldfish only? You'd just be in the center. That'd be sick. That'd be freaking amazing. I would freaking love that. I saw somebody with a cool fish tank. I never saw anything like it. They had a peekaboo box in it, and the cat could stick his head up there. You ever seen that? Look at the cat walking by. Cat could stick his head up in there and basically look around at the fish. And the fish weren't bothered by the cat. It must be used to him. I thought that was pretty cool. Where do you get a fish tank like that? Which is weird because he's not interested in fish. Because I was over at my sister's house, she had a big fish tank. And she's worrying about the cat messing with the fish. And I said, no, he has no interest in fish. Now, squirrels, horses, watch this. 4K demonstration, horses. Where's he at? He's probably laying on the floor somewhere. Oh, there he is. And then I was looking for him. I can't find him because he's behind the desk. I wonder if I notice it. Get in front of the camera. Oh, you look at you in front of the camera. No, you're just oblivious to it. And now, if you was a creature of the wild, you would start to the horses. I'm gonna have to turn him around. He literally cannot see these horses. Hey Taco, you do know this horse is on the screen right now, right? Like, you got to turn around. Turn around. How you guys are able to survive, I do not know how. Come here. No. Hoo-ah! Told you. Horses. I had a pit bull. I had a thing for horses. Every time I turned around, he would just sit there. He liked horses. Fish? No. You're not interested in fish. Possums, squirrels, stuff like that. Raccoons. Just come up on the porch out there and feed the cat. Most cats would bring their fur up and feel like they're in a threatening mode. Not him. He'd roll over and act like he wanted to play with it. I don't know what kind of cat the cat is that. It's a big cat if that's a cat. Alright, let me see. 9:49. 9:49. The container should be here. I needed to post something because I'm cautious. Shifting technology over there is the test and ultra short throw. I don't think the halo system's gonna be done. Look at that done. Do we have a paintbrush for the inside of the halo screen? Oh, okay. We got to pick up another roller. So we need another roller. We got to paint these two screens today. Get these two screens painted and finished. Alright, so we get the big screens painted. Finish the halo system, get that done. Finish the customer's orders, get those completed. And I need to see, what do we have on the website that actually is viable? We had to put our dates in for the reasons are coming out. Wait, why is that still coming soon? That is now here. No, I forgot the products are still not here yet. Okay. I've got to change up email. Email's got to change how this email. Alright, panels are not available. Acoustics are not available. The Black Star is not available. The Phantom, Platinum Black Phantom's not available yet. So yeah, the only thing on the site that's available is the gunmetal and the quasar, but the quasar gallons, well actually the 32 ounces, going to be letting us go today, and we just have the gallons because right now companies are just doing the gallons right now. I guess somebody's going to bought the quasar and they're going to come back in and buy the Black Star. So those are anything that's enough right there, and the gunmetal. We'll put the launch dates as soon as we get this screen painted in, because this thing's already been tested. But I need to get this screen painted in so we can show it up, because these are the pictures I need to have on my site. I need those pictures right there. So we need the Black Star on here so we can show it off with the light system, because I need to take those off because those were done on a smaller one and doing a larger one. And we need this screen in the back already painted. Once we get this done and that done, we get pictures and demonstrations and videos on them. Then we can go in and we can basically make the shopping cart, give a launch date for the shopping cart. But they have to be done first. So we'll have that done today. So I'm probably looking at around next week that Black Star will be available. This one here, got to figure out what we're going to do with it. Because we got another one. Right now I got it. The panels need to be done first. We got to get the acoustic done because acoustic has to be on site. And then we got that Platinum Black Widow. We got to get that one done. So chances are what I'm probably going to do with this is make it a concentrated formula and then use it as an element for our rear projection technology. That's what I'm going to do with it. Because there's no place to put it. We already have enough stuff. We have a spray on screen paint that's coming out pretty soon. Then the summertime that converts your front and rear inflatable screens into black technology. So that eliminates anything for the outside screens involved in inflatables. It's an easy code application that converts your screen. I mean, that particular product has to be made different because the inflatable screens are very temperamental. They can easily crack and peel. So we have that coming out. The projection screens on the go, they already have their formula. It's already down there. So that's already finished and done. And the giant screens we have, the big boys, they're only coming out. They have their own special coating. Besides, I don't see people buying those screens. Like I don't see customers buying them. The smallest screen in that collection is 180 inches. That's the smallest. They go from 180 all the way up to 300 inches. Those big screens. They're used mostly for companies. If you're going to do some big backyard event, you need one of them, but that still would make a company. If you're doing events. Is he still watching? I don't even know if he's watching or not. Hey, Jerry. Jerry. Taco. You know anything about taco? Serious smells by Denario. 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 Hey, Rodriguez. Roberto. You don't respond to that. Taco. See. His full name is Taco Denario Roberto Rodriguez Bird. That's his full name. It's on his certificate when I got, not when I got him, but his name was Taco. But my Dominican brothers were like, no, can't name him Taco. And I was like, why? Because that's racist? No, because his name's not long enough. That's how he got the name. Taco Denario Roberto Rodriguez Bird. That's his full name. Taco Denario Roberto Rodriguez Bird. They gave him that name. Again, the rest of the names. In between my Puerto Rican brothers and my Spanish brothers gave him that name. They all got together and gave him that name. I said, you really? He says, yeah, that's his name. That's what you're calling him. I said, okay, cool. That's my birth certificate. He got it all, when it comes from the tags, he got them all abbreviated. The answer is a taco. See? Taco. Taco Denario. Taco Denario. Taco Denario. Come here, Taco. Taco Denario. Do you live in the stereo, Taco Denario? Taco Denario. He lives in a stereo. Here. Give you a couple more treats. The mighty headbutt. Remember, Jim? I'm gonna get you a little hat that looks like a ram head, ram helmet. When you ram stuff like bam, like that cram. That cram. Alright, we at almost 10 o'clock. We're gonna have to get out of here. How much time do we put into this? Just we usually put time when we make new stuff at the end of the day. Alright, this is the new stuff. I gotta get a label for this. I forgot what we're gonna do with it. I don't know. We'll figure it out later on. Put it right down here. Maybe down there. And the panel stuff we got, right? Tacos in there. Is it black? No, it's not black. Shifting technology. Isn't that crazy? Like, shifting technology. How's he do it? It's magic. Magic. Come out there with a whole freaking outfit on. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Now, what about the other one? Okay, let's have some fun here, right? All right, this is the other one, right? That's when we showed off yesterday, right? I'm about to blow your mind right now. Let's blow your mind. All right, ready to get your mind blown? Hope you got it on a leash because it's about to leave your brain. Now, that's the one we showed off yesterday. That's a shifting technology, right? Now, the naysayers do this all the time. They always say, well, his paints all look the same. I think they're the same. You want to bet on that $500,000 contract in court? You know, come on, sign it. Sign it. I said sign it. Anyway. So anyway, you know better. You know better. Not the same thing. Not true. It'll get you sued. Now, we'll sue you, by the way. So, is it the same? Because you're looking at this one, right? Let me take this off real quick. Oh, why did you do that? It could be the same, right? That could be the same thing, right? I wonder. Could it be the same screen? I don't know. Ha ha ha! You don't get my technology, do you? Man, I told you, I'm way beyond y'all. Y'all so far behind, it's not even funny. So wait a minute. That looked the same, right? Like I'm messing with you, right? Look. And now you see it, right? They're not the same. See? But that one can do shifting technology. But this one over here does shifting technology. But that one's lighter than the other one. Look at this. Kaboom! It's like that trick where they switch the hats, they move the balls around. Like, all right, guess which one your ball's at? Come on, come on. Guess where that? Where's that? Where's it at? Is it here or is it here? No, they're not both the same. In any way whatsoever. Now, that screen over here was just lighter, wasn't it? Or was this screen just lighter? I'm messing with your brain now. Yes, I'm living in your head rent-free, naysayer. I live in your head rent-free. I do, all day long. Now you're going to be sitting there. It's just going to mess with you all day long. You're like, well, how did he do that? Wait a minute. You're going to break their brain. Go, their brain's just going to shut off. And you're sitting at the table. His is going to drop. Like, what happened? His brain shut off. And hit that reset button on your brain. Now they're confused. Like, wait a minute. But this was darker than that one. But that was no darker. But that was no lighter. I don't know where to go with this. I'm confused. You're going to see them outside like this. Like, what is up and what is down? And mess with their brain. They're just all screwed up now. What is up and what is down? They're going to be out there, quit their job. They're going to be sitting out there on the corner with a megaphone talking about, I have seen the change of light and I do not understand it. And within myself, I don't even know what reality truly is. What is reality, man? What is it? I don't even know what is up and what is down, what is left, and is right. I seen something that just blew my mind. I don't even know where I can stand at in this universe. Am I really here at all? That's going to be them. You can't understand, can you, the physics of it all? When I sat there and told you I wasn't being rude or nasty or anything, I'm a little higher up on the ladder than you. I'm way up there, man. You're just so far. I'm not being rude, but you're just not there on that level yet. Your paints that you guys have been making, that's mediocre stuff, man. We were making that stuff 10 years ago. That's pretty much it. It's like you're learning multiplications, and we're up there with like advanced trigonometry, microphysics, quantum physics, stuff like that, trigonometry, advanced trigonometry, all that crazy stuff. That's where we're at. And you're down there going, 1 plus 1 is, I know this one. I know it. Hold on. I got it. 1 and 1. If you take another 1, you put it next to that 1, what does it make? What does it make? 3 hours later, 5 hours later, 2. It makes 2. 2. I'm going to go with 2. Can I call in for customer support? 2. It's not the weakest link. It's 2. Anyway, yeah. You don't understand shifting technology. You don't understand shifting technology, you're going to have to understand about the physics of actual light, how it works. You know how amazing light is? The sunlight that travels down. That's energy in it that actually feeds plants and all that crazy stuff, replenishes the earth. You'd be surprised what it does. There's a lot of stuff that comes on the sunlight. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So this is shifting technology. That's what it is. Loving you is easy because you're beautiful. City background, black screen. I don't know if I butchered the daylights out of that. I don't know what I did. I think I might have. Oh, didn't get confused by it. Like, you confused me, bird. I'm like, oh my goodness. They're just going to drop everything. Their wife's like, where are you going? Like, no, you understand. I'm not even here anymore. I'm not even sure I even exist. I screwed up your freaking time lapse in your life, didn't I? Kind of confused there? There you go. See that right there? Now, how is that even possible? Your brain just broke. And now you'd be like in a restaurant and you hear the busboy drop a whole bunch of plates in the background. That's what's going in the brain. Like, shh. Like, wait a minute. Like, but now that screen looks like that screen, but that screen's different from that screen. Yeah, isn't that interesting? You know, there's a riddle literally I could tell you that would be stuck in your head for the rest of your life, and it has no answer to it whatsoever. There is no way to answer it. It's virtually impossible. If you think on it too much, it can cause one to go mad. It's serious. There are riddles like that. I have these in my head. I never think about them because I'm able to control it. I can stick them right over here and concentrate and build all the things I need to need, and it doesn't exist to me. And some people, if you were to hear these riddles, you would think about it 24/7. It would basically engulf your entire life. And yet I choose not to tell you. But if you ever email me, one of you naysayers, I'll send it to you. I've actually sent these things out to people, and they've come back mad as can be at me. Hey, you're going to be a jerk at the end of the day. I'm going to send it to you. And they get stuck in your head. You'll never get them out. Ever. I mean, never. It's only for the strong of mind that you can have that in your head. Now, do I think about it now? No. Because it's blocked. It's in the little box over there. That's where it stays, in the little tiny box. That's it. I can work on other things. My mind occupies on different levels. But if I were to tell you about that, how much of that box would it consume your entire brain? You would think about it 24/7. It's like a Pandora box you'd never want to open. So I had a friend of mine who I used to study with, who came in with the most jacked up riddles you could possibly ever think of. And he used to tell me this stuff in class. And like, I'm going to tell you something, man. It's a jacked up riddle. It has no answer to it whatsoever. But if you think about it too much, it can consume your life. And I was like, tell me what it is. So he told me what it was. And I think for the first couple of weeks, it was messing me up pretty bad. But you have to understand that if you basically are thinking about multiple things at the same time, so my brain kind of changes gears 24/7. So I'm sitting up there, I can be 1 minute studying this, and the next minute I can be over here looking at something over here, and then over here and over here. So it doesn't really affect me at all. Because my mind's constantly jumping in different areas all the time. Where somebody at the end of the day, this would definitely mess you up. So I told people, yeah, I got 3 riddles in my head that are unsolvable, that will consume your life. Do you know them? And they were like, nope, I don't want to know them. Yep, mess your head up. Never think right again. You ever get a song stuck in your head and you sing it over and over again and again and again and again? You just can't see it. It does that. Move. Come on, move. Get out of the way. You gotta take your time. It's something I gotta take care of. Look at that. Do that. Get out of the way. I'm cleaning up your mess at the end of the day. Even though he buries, we put the spray over top of it. And he takes his time. He's going to smell it because he likes it as a watermelon. It smells so good. I spray it because I like the smell. It's so good. It's a cheap spray, but it has an amazing scent to it. I'm going to get me another one today. But anyway, then take his time getting out of my way for something I got to do. Like, stick your big head in the way when I'm trying to feed you and you don't want to move his head. You get mad at me because he got to move his big head. But yeah, there are riddles out there, man, that have there's no way to answer them. And the more and more you try, the more and more they engulf more of you. And you'll be thinking about it 24/7. 24/7, it'll be stuck in your head for the rest of your life. Unless you're strong-minded, you got a pretty good willpower, you can overpower it with no problem. But my mind jumps in different places all over the place. So yeah, I'm constantly building, working on this, working on that, so forth. So I ignore it all the time. Maybe when I retire, I'll tell you what it is. Oh, that's a shifting technology, isn't it? It is. We have the thing on pause. I'm looking at the same thing over and over again. That gotta be showing something more than that. Especially if you're taking a test, it's going to tell you that. Combined test. you're not going to be able to do it. Because you're just trying to, wow, that's the shortest video I've ever seen in my life. Like, really? How short was that video? But I don't think I had time to talk. And that video went doop. That quick went off. There we go. That was not 3 hours of video. Not even close to 3 hours of video. What this is right here. Impossible to solve riddles. That's pretty much, that's as much as I can tell you. That's how you find them. There's no answer for them. They don't have answers. They're just designed to mess your brain up. That's all you'll think about. And that's what they call them, impossible to solve riddles. And that looks disgusting. Do you have anything else? It's just not weird and creepy and all some different things. Jeez, where's Louise? Look at this beautiful sunset. There we go. That literally reminds me of every Japanese anime I've ever seen that had a city involved in it with a sunset. Alright, that's funny. Every time I do these videos, I'm saying, you want to stay focused this time? Like, nope, not going to be focused. We're always going to be someplace. That's just how it's going to be, people. As long as we come in, we show you that the technology works, we do the test demonstrations or whatever, I'm going to go someplace else and talk about other stuff. That's what I'm going to do. And that's just me. You know? Constantly telling myself, you got to stay professional with it. Yeah, how much more professional would it be? It works. It's right there. It's shifting technology. You just literally just watch the screen be one color, kind of transfer over there. Pretty much it. Gray screen? Gray screen doesn't match it. There you go. And that screen's not even black. That screen's not even black. Starfield screensaver. There you go. See? Pretty much it. Alright, I gotta change gears and change tracks. I gotta paint something, so I'll get this thing painted, get it done, and get that finished, get the bottom half done, get that finished, knock out the customers, get that done. Showed up the new technology. That is different technology from there. That's the newer stuff over there. That's pretty much it. Yep. I'll be at business meetings doing this. Yep. Because you know why? Gotta have confidence in your product. When your product works, you can be like this at the end of the day. You can just be chilling as can be. If you know your race car can do what? 300 miles an hour easy. That engine can do it with no problem whatsoever. We have to like, yep, they can do it. No problem at all whatsoever. Hey, what you guys doing tonight? After this one, so the guy be like, oh, sir, we need you to pay attention. The engine works. That's what it does. It works. Turn on the key. Put your driver in it. Take off. You're good to go. Anyway, what are you guys doing tonight? Really? And they'll go, you know what? Whatever. I hope you think you're going to fail. Guy gets in the car, starts up, boom, it does that 300 miles, and they come back and go, wow, so-and-so, I told you it's going to work. Give me a minute for a minute. So, yeah, what are you going to do it? You're going to meet at Mandy's, right? Okay. All right, hold up a minute over here. Yeah, told you it's going to work, right? I've done this thousands of times. Been there and done that. Yeah, and they like that because they like your confidence level. They love that. They don't take it as you being rude. They take it as you know your stuff at the end of the day. They rather have this one. Well, you know, hold on, I can't talk about Mandy's right now. Well, it does have some speed, you know. It's pretty good, you know. I would have you driving it. Don't push too much on the throttle, you know. Just be careful with it, you know. All right? All right, thank you. And you be just sitting there watching. Yeah, that's a person that's nervous about their product because they haven't tested it properly compared to the person sitting over there like, yeah, so-and-so. Yeah, no, just hit the throttle. That's it. You're good. Trust me. Tested the crap out of that thing on every level you could possibly think of. There's no way we can mess it up because we did it ourselves. And we know it's wrong. It's break, whatever, whatever. Anyway, so y'all meeting over darts? Really? So-and-so. Car takes off. And I look over and glance. Okay, good. Yeah, so who else is going? Really? So car finishes it. They all come back all excited. Like, oh my goodness, I can't believe the car did 300 miles an hour in under 2 minutes. That's freaking insane. So. Yeah, that's cool. Yes, interesting. It's nice. I can't get excited. I've done it, seen it 1,000 times. I'm past that point already. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's cool. All right, so what do you get? Here's the contract right here. You can sign it right there. All right, good. All right, nice doing business with you. Okay, you have a trade trip home. Okay, all right. See you later. All right, we're going to Mandy's? Really? Seriously? Yeah, okay, yeah, we got a contract. Isn't that pretty cool? Contract. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. Let's go to Mandy's. That's me. I know my stuff. Now, you see when he was in the church? See how he kept rambling on about the screen and how we can fix it and this, that, and the other? He had no confidence in this product. At all. He knew there was going to be problems. That's why he's saying it would be better if we calibrated and told him, yeah, problems. When I did that screen in the window, I knew that thing was going to work. We did it already. We did it dozens of times. We tested it over and over again. We know it like the back of our hand. We built the screen downstairs. We built that whole frame, stapled it, sprayed the whole thing downstairs in their basement, brought it up, put it in the window, came out there and did the video demonstration. Was done. That's it. Because I've done it already. I've done dozens of demonstrations on that particular product. I've done it already. I know it works. When we painted them inside, we showed them the screen. We've done this already. Dozens of times. We know what it does. Yep. You have confidence or you don't, and they can see that. When you basically sign contracts or in business meetings, they sit there and they watch your body chemistry. Watch your fingers. See if you're nervous, if your feet are jumping a little bit in there. Head's twitching around a little too much, you know what I mean? Just can't seem to keep occupied on what you're doing. You know? You can sit there and just stand there like, here you go. Yeah, it does so and so and so, da-da-da-da. So when I do my demonstration, I can come in here and knock it out of the park, be done. And after I got time to just go over here and go, hey, that's a nice painting over there. How much you pay for that? Where'd you get that from? There you go. I go in there and go, oh my goodness. Another thing too, don't get too excited. Being like, oh my goodness, I got a contract. What are you going to give me a contract? No. You're going with the attitude like, here you go. Yeah. All right, that's cool. That's all nice enough. So. All right, good. Because the bottom line is you're in there for my technology. That's how it comes down to. You may have the money and all, but they also have the money too. So I don't have to sign with you. I can sign with them. Or bottom line, you'll sign my contract at the end of the day. But you need me. I don't need you. If you didn't need me, I wouldn't be here right now. Now, we can develop technology, you can engineer stuff for you, whatever you want. That is not a problem for us to do. But do not make it seem like we need you. That's a bad idea. You'll turn me off. If you turn me off, I'll walk out of the building. Because I've done it. I've walked out of $1 million contracts before, and I've done it multiple times. Because people turn me off. Because my money doesn't come from you, it comes from God. Yep. Yes, sirree, baby. And the regret you'll have at the end of the day because you did not sign with us, you'll watch our technology constantly advance, like the shifting technology. Imagine the companies who had contracts with me in the past, and look at the technology we've engineered now. You could have been a part of that, and now you get none of it. See? Your regret, not mine. Because I know what we can do. We know what our levels can do. At the end of the day, we've already researched you. We already know everything about you. We know what you have and what you don't have. So you would need us. And if you did things right, you would have shifting technology right now, which you don't have. Oh, you just do upside down furry face with the stretchy poles. Look, that's why I tried to use his claws in there all the time by accident. He did an upside down furry face. You ever seen an upside down furry face? That's when they go upside down and look at you with the furry face. Did you do upside down furry face? Did you? Taco, did you do an upside down furry face? I think you did. Yes, you did. We did it the other way around. Curious. Is this kneecaps on the back of his legs? I think his kneecaps are on the back of his legs. Hey, what size sneaker you wear? Taco, what size sneaker you wear? Look at me, just annoyed on me 24/7. Like, man, look at his stripes. His stripes are freaking cool. He has perfect stripes. Look at that. Look at the little tiny feet. Little tiny feet. Look at the beans. Look at the beans. People, look at the beans. The beans. Look at the beans. Can I stretch it? Can I see the beans? I can't see the beans. Look at the beans. Don't know, that's what they call cats' little toes. The beans. Look at the beans. Look at them getting tired. Like, you know what? You're getting on my nerves. Whatever. You guys, you know, get on my. Look at the beans, man. Look at the beans. Show them the beans. All right. All right, let me get out of here. I got things to do. I think I'm postponing because I got things to do. I got stuff to do. I got things to do. Let's get to work. So, I got to do some black off surfaces pretty soon, right? And we got to go to the laundromat. You know why? Because we're going to wash the daylights out of that surface. Yeah, we're going to abuse it. We're going to beat the crap out of it. We're going to leave them out in cold, soak them in ice, all that good stuff. Because we like to beat the crap out of our black. I need to make sure this stuff is working. So, yeah, we're going to be going to the laundromat. Field trip. Make sure that you get permission slips from your parents to go on these field trips with me. From the door. You know, let me explain something to you interesting here. This is way off topic. You know, I told you we got McAfee's entire Facebook account duplicated. Because again, he came to my site and he tried to start some trouble by making some nasty comments on my page. And he left his Facebook open. So my friend went in and duplicated, made an exact duplicate of his page. You know why? Court. That's why. That's why they duplicated his page. All his information's on it. Everything we needed to know about is on his page. That's where we able to figure out where he was at. Again, if you weren't out there doing dumb stuff to begin with, like going to my Facebook fan page and going over there and saying nasty things about my company, you would have realized that your page is fully open and we got access to it. Oh no, he's a good father. I'll tell you that right now. Pictures I've seen of him and his little ones, he's a good father. He's a good father. You know, I'll tell you something. There are things in life that very well can say the outcome of what can happen to you. Literally, we have enough evidence to throw this man in jail for a very long time. Take his house from him and everything from him. Sue him, put him in tons and tons of debt. We can destroy his life if we want to. He did dumb stuff. He went in there and he made a receipt of my company and made a false claim that he went to my website and purchased and got a package in the mail with an unboxing. We got the whole thing on recording. And said that our product came up so dark it was unwatchable. We can literally take everything away from you for that. Making statements in a YouTube video that my products use high-powered projectors, and you repeatedly said that multiple times, I could sue you for that. You even had my face that you posted on a chicken's body on your site. I could sue you for that. I could clean your clock right now. throw you in jail, take everything from you, leave you with nothing. I could do that. You know, interesting, that one picture, he has a picture on there. I'm not going to show you because it's nobody's business except for me and him. But there's a picture of him seeing there where it's a birthday cake. You see it's a birthday cake. He has a big smile on his face. The kids have a smile on their face. It's a beautiful picture right there. That's what keeps me from basically going down the road to go to City Hall. I can go to City Hall right now. It's not that far from here. And I can sign that paperwork to get you into a courtroom, to have a private investigator hunt you down. I could do that right now. And you know what keeps me from going there? That picture. He's a good father. He is. He's a good father. I respect a good father. I do. I'm going to give you another second chance, my friend. And I mean it this time. Go disappear somewhere. Don't do this again. Anything pops up, and I know your handwriting, by the way. We know your handwriting, so you know that. So just in case if anybody else is thinking about doing him dirty by sending something there, we know his handwriting. I took it to a friend. He's a specialist in that kind of stuff. They have this thing, they send it in, they scan his handwriting. They can basically track it to anything. Yeah, I told you we could find you. But anyway, we can track it to anything. You wrote your name on a check, anything whatsoever, it'll find you. You're in the system. That's how easy it can find you. But again, as I said before, that picture I saw right there, he's a good father. He is. He's a very good father. He is. Very good father. From the pictures I've seen in his account, he's a good father. I respect a good father at the end of the day. You're a dirtbag at the end of the day. You deserve punishment. I am going to make you pay something. You are going to pay me something. It's not going to be a lot. It's not going to be something that's going to disrupt your household, but you do got to pay something. I don't know, maybe like $1,000 or something like that. We're going to be for arbitration. I think that's the best thing to do. Go up for arbitration. If you go in, we do it like see, I'm trying to do a way where it doesn't end up on court records. So we go before an arbitrator. It's definitely going to end up on court records. This would definitely damage him for jobs and stuff like that. Judges' chambers is a way it can be done. But you'll have to sign an agreement basically paying me this money. So we'll work out something with him. He's a good dad. He is. He's a really good dad. See how you can be a dirtbag to me, and at the end of the day I can show you mercy by not taking everything from you at the end of the day, which I do have the right to do. But he's a good father. I respect that. Jamie, on the other hand, he's going to think that hell opened up on him when we get done with him. He literally is. And again, I will explain to you that I keep my agreements, but don't mess it up. And again, if any one of you jokers think you're going to send something there at the end of the day to mess him up, we know his handwriting. We had all your handwriting scanned. We need that in court. Show that she wrote this stuff. But anyway, you know, everybody has an interesting way how they, you know, write T's and R's and all that stuff. You know, your handwriting, your signature, it's like one of a kind. Yep. Sent over your ID. Did you know that, right? Every time you sign out for a check or anything, as a whatever, you sign off on anything, that signature goes somewhere. Yeah, so that's how they're able to track you on bad checks and stuff. Your signature. You write a dozen bad checks, you know, all that information is stored somewhere. That's how they're able to check you out through handwriting. You're writing a bunch of bad checks and you're basically, you know, doing bank fraud. There you go. So if you signed your name to something, then guess what? They got your signature on file. Okay, so with that being said, I do not want to see this man in jail. I really don't. Honestly. He's an idiot. That he is. He's definitely an idiot. I don't know why you would do something that stupid. You have kids at the end of the day to support and take care of. Your father, and you're not. And yet you do dumb stuff like that. That's how I know at the end of the day, y'all guys don't think like no more adults. You're a father at the end of the day. You should know better. I'll have that conversation with you when we hit court. But I want to make sure that we keep it off court records. We keep it off court records and there's nothing about anything at all whatsoever. And if you want to get a job, it's not going to stand in the way of you getting a house or whatever you may have to do or whatever you may need or something for your kids you may in the future may have to do. It won't be in the way. But you're going to have to pay me. Now, I'm not talking about a lot of money because I don't want to take too much out of him at the end of the day. That, again, mind you, that's going to conflict with the household or any payments or anything they have to do to keep their life afloat. But he has to pay something. Could be far worse than that. We can get you for a lot more than that. We can get you for fraud, and that's even worse. So, take it at that. Yeah, I was going through my folder. Must be a reason why I keep popping into those pictures. I don't know why. Yeah, but I got some of his photos to save to our accounts. And there it is, right there. It's a beautiful picture it is. No, I can't go that far with him. I can't. That'd be wrong. That'd be wrong. He's a jerk. He deserves it. If he was single, then we would basically destroy him on so many levels. But those kids don't deserve that. And he is a good father on top of that. He is a good father. Yeah. But for the rest of you, like I said, you're going to feel like hell opened up on you. At the end of the day, it's going to be really bad. It is going to be really bad, especially for Nando. It is going to be really bad for him. I can't wait for that processor to pop up at his front door and stamp his door. But anyway, let's get what we got to get done. But I thought I'd put it out there at the end of the day. The next time, you got to learn to put your kids first. Don't follow behind idiots at the end of the day. And I'm going to have this conversation with you when we reach that mediator or where we got to go to. I'm going to have this nice little conversation with a nice little long talk, me and you. A judge will explain to you at the end of the day that if I wanted to, I could clean your clock in that courtroom. I can even throw you in jail. But we're not going to do all that. We're going to keep this where you can come out, keep your house, have a nice long relationship with your kids, watch them grow up, have little ones, be a grandfather. You know, everybody wants to be a grandfather. That's pretty cool, right? You know, watch them go to college, get married, all that stuff. You shouldn't miss out on any of that. And they should not be able to be in a situation where they can't see you. But as for the rest of you, as I said before, you're going to feel like hell opened up on you when you get done with you. And Fernando, you're the first one we're going to start with. When we get done with him, you're going to wish you weren't born. I want you to see the impact we do to him. Oh, and if he does try to throw him under a bus, we'll deny it. We don't know. That's all. We made an agreement with somebody already. It's already been taken care of and handled. He's not in the picture anymore. You guys are. Well, that's basically about it. You know, I was going to go through with this. I was going to go all the way through with it because I gave him that agreement. He went and did something stupid. We were going to hit him pretty heavy. But I saw that picture again. It's a beautiful picture, by the way. You will never see it ever because it's not right between our eyes and his as only, and God. But it's a beautiful picture. He's a good father. He is. So I want to see him basically watch his kids get married and, you know, be a grandfather. That's what I want to see. We'll take something out of him, not a lot, but he'll be to make the payment, so, and we'll go from there. Till then, I got things to do. I got technology to develop. Ain't that right, Taco? When you get posable thumbs, you can learn how to type. I have to teach you how to type and make my job a little easier. Ugh. All right. Let me say, I'm slacking right now myself. I am being lazy myself right now. I really don't want to go do this. But I got to do it. I would rather be playing my game. I finally got Dead Island 2. I'm dying to get that game for the longest time. And now it's sitting right there taunting me like, come on, play the intro. I can't play the intro. I got work to do. I want to play so bad. I'm a zombie junkie at the end of the day. Ah. I got to call my friend. Got to get her online so we can play this game together. All right. Let's get this done first, and then Saturday maybe we can play the game. What is it anyway? What's the day? I've been dying to play this Dead Island 2. You know, I didn't pay for that game. That game was so much money. They wanted $60 for that game. It's Wednesday. Yeah, it was $60. I didn't play the game. And then I look up in the PlayStation store, and there it is. And I went and got it. Paid the $14. Because on PC I would have to pay for it. But if I paid the $14, which is cheaper for the PlayStation, which I have to pay every month, which I don't care, I get to play that game. It was definitely worth the gamble. And for those at the end of the day, I'm sitting there saying, but I thought you said that. I love PC. I will always love PC. I will always consider PC more superior to console any day of the week. But I'm a console guy at the end of the day. I love my console system. And I'm not buying a freaking PS5. What the freak would I spend that money for that thing at the end of the day? What, for superior parts? I'll just build a PC. I'm good. Other than that, I like my PS4. I love it. I love it. All right, it's good that we're getting lazy. Gotta go. Thank you all. God bless.